My name is Tom McKenna, and I am the family pastor here at Stonecrest Church. For the past several years, I've worked mainly with kids, but we're making a transition here. About a year or so ago, I got exposed to a different way of thinking, and that is think orange. Orange is not a primary color. It is a byproduct of two. The church represents the light of the gospel, is represented by yellow. Families represent red. They represent warmth, they represent love, right? Parents love their kids, believe it, right? We love kids. If we do it together, we synchronize our efforts, right? And we think with the church and the family together in mind, they have a greater chance of succeeding past these doors when they graduate.
You grow up with orange, through orange.
Your kids at all different ages will build relationships with these volunteers, and as they get older, each volunteer that they meet in whatever grade they're in is going to have a special bond with them.
When I say to her, this is what God expects of you, and then she goes to church and hears the same thing, and we didn't talk about it, but we all have the same belief and the same value system, it just helps reinforce everything that we're doing, everything that we're saying, especially in a world that's so influential in her school and her peers who are not believers.
A lot of the generation moving out of home now, you see it a lot more and more, walking away from the church because it was family, and the family would be doing its own thing, and then, I had to go to church on Sunday because that's what we do. So if that is true with this next generation, I think being orange just allows for that opportunity for a better chance that the Holy Spirit will grab a hold of them.
For me, once I learned about conviction and I learned about what it truly meant to have faith in God, I would come to youth group and I talked to the girls, and after sharing with them and telling them about my testimony and encouraging them to do better, I said, I can't just go out and live my life how I want. I have to go and live according to God's will.
Our mission statement here at Stonecrest, right, is to know Christ and to make Him known, right? In order to make Him known, you need to know Him first, and that's what we're attempting to do.
When we just leave it at the Wednesday night at youth group or leave it at Sunday morning, there's a big part missing of discipleship. That's really the whole goal, to make disciples of all nations. So if we leave it there, we're not doing half the call.
If the things that we're learning at church and that she's learning at church aren't echoed within our home and reinforced, I feel like it's not going to have the impact.
As a parent, you just feel like that's the best thing in the world, to see your child just developing and growing for Christ, and to have a church that supports that, it's even better.
The most rewarding thing for me has been to see the kids get it. It's pretty simple, just to see them understand or to see them applying what we're talking about.
It was a dark time in my life. My sister had died, and then 2 months later, my father had passed away. My Wednesday night kids, they sent me letters encouraging me to have faith that Jesus was going to take my pain away and not to give up. I said, wow, if it wasn't, I still have those letters at home, and I think about the kids, and I'm grateful that as much as you think you're doing for them, they're also doing for you.